Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aidan. On today's video, we are taking a look at a very exciting shoe, perhaps one of my favourite releases of 2020. It is the Jordan 1 in the Satin Snake colourway. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that on today's date, which is the 7th of August, in Preston, we are about to go back into a localised lockdown. Now, I do imagine that that's going to make things a little bit more difficult for me to get hold of the latest releases on release day or even just after, but I'm still going to do my very best to keep uploading at least twice a week, as I have been doing for quite a while now. So for any new viewers who have just reached the channel for the very first time, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. We are so close to achieving 500 subscribers, and I'm really hoping that we can achieve this before the end of August. And for my returning viewers, thank you once again for sticking with me. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. Initially releasing on August 6th for a retail price of £140. If we take a quick look at the label on the box, which reads Women's Air Jordan 1 High OG in the gym red, black and white colourway in a UK size 9, US 11.5. And here we have the Jordan 1 Satin Snake in hand. So let's just take a quick look inside the box. Taking off the lid, here we go. Inside we have this Jordan 1 normal tissue paper. And here is the first look at the Jordan 1 Satin Snake. I must say this is an absolutely incredible colourway, and I'm super excited to have this in hand. So let's take this out of the box. First impressions on this shoe, immediately my first thought is the Chicago colourway. I think they've done an amazing job with the colour blocking on this shoe, and I'm really impressed with the overall quality of the shoe in hand. So let's go ahead and get straight into my review. Starting out with the toe box area, you can see that we have this usual Jordan 1 leather with the perforation that can be seen pretty much on all other Jordan 1 models. The leather does feel quite stiff underhand in my opinion, and is that textured leather. I think it's a decent quality of leather for this particular colourway, but it's not necessarily going to redefine the wheel. It's just a bog standard Jordan 1 leather. Now, I generally do use a sneaker insert by Sneaker Shields to avoid any additional creasing to the toe box area. And if you'd like to pick up yours, you can use my code ACS Sneakers 15 at checkout to receive a 15% discount. With that in mind, this shoe is highly likely to crease pretty much the first time you wear it, so I would recommend that you do pick them up before unboxing this shoe for the very first time. Around the toe box, you can see that we have this red leather material that does run right the way throughout the upper of the shoe itself. And now taking a look at the upper of the shoe on both the lateral and medial side, you can see that we have the white leather panel on both sides. Now, this material is the exact same leather that we saw on the toe box area and does have that same stiff feeling underhand. If we take a look within the actual panel itself, we can see the black Nike swoosh. And this is actually where things do start to get a little bit interesting. Now, within the actual Nike swoosh, you can feel the snakeskin. And I'm actually really surprised that you can actually feel all the intricate detailing of the snakeskin underhand. Now, my first thought was, is it as good as what we saw on the Jordan 3 Animal Instinct? And to answer you in a word, no, it's not the same level of quality in my opinion. The Animal Instinct 2.0 was much better in terms of the snakeskin on that shoe. But that doesn't mean that the snakeskin on this model is bad. It's just the fact that on the Animal Instinct 2.0 it was a lot better. And if we move up the upper of the shoe itself, you can see that we see the same snakeskin around the ankle collar, and within the snakeskin we have the usual Wings logo embossed. I actually really like how this looks, if I'm being completely honest. It is quite a subtle detailing, and if you're not a big Jordan 1 fan, you might not even notice that it's there. And that for me, I really do like. I really like how it just blends into the snakeskin, and I think it looks really good and feels really nice underhand. And now taking a look at the midsole, we have a completely white midsole, and then switching to the outsole of the shoe, we have the completely black outsole with the Nike branding in the centre. If you guys haven't already, please go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Let's get back into it. So originally I did buy this shoe for personal, but I have since decided to sell it. So this actually is no longer my shoe, and that's why I haven't laced up this model. But you can see that you do actually start off with the factory black lacing. And you do also get an additional set of white and red laces, but for me, in my opinion, I do believe that the black laces will look a lot better on this model. And now taking a quick look at the tongue on the shoe, you can see that we have the usual Jordan 1 plush tongue with the Nike Air branding. I really like how this looks on the shoe. It almost has a glossed shimmering finish. I think they've done a fantastic job with the tongue on this model. And now taking a quick look around the ankle collar of the shoe, we have that satin red that wraps right around the entire ankle collar of the shoe. And within the sock liner, we have a lighter shade of red, and this padding on this shoe is exceptionally soft in my opinion. I do anticipate this shoe being very comfortable. I do generally find Jordan 1s to be a very comfortable shoe and very supportive as well, especially on the high tops. I genuinely do believe that it has a very decent amount of ankle protection and support. Taking a look now at the insole of the shoe, we have a completely black insole with the red Nike Air branding. And now taking a look at the heel of the shoe, we do see the continuance of the snakeskin material that wraps right the way around the heel. And that pretty much wraps up the overview of the shoe itself, so let's go ahead and get into my opinions on the shoe. So as I mentioned earlier on in the video, this is no longer my pair as I have sold this already, so because of that, there will be no on feet for this particular video. And now moving on to the most important aspect of any sneaker, and that would be the sneaker's comfortability. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to wear this shoe, so what I would say is that based on my knowledge and previous experience with other Jordan 1 models, I find that the Jordan 1 High was an exceptionally comfortable shoe right out the box and didn't require any breaking in time, and I definitely can't see any reason as to why the Jordan 1 Satin Snake would be any different. As far as durability, once again, I won't have a chance to actually wear this particular shoe, but based on my knowledge of previous Jordan 1s, I can't see any reason why it won't be a very durable shoe. And now in terms of sizing, I would recommend that you do go true to size. I understand that this particular model doesn't necessarily sit around on shelves, but if you head over to your local Foot Locker or Foot Asylum, Offspring, anywhere like that, try out a Jordan 1 mid, because in my opinion, the sizing is almost identical on the mid and the high. Get to know your size before investing in this pair. I'm sure you'll already know that this is a very limited shoe, only releasing in very limited quantities, so you definitely need to know your size before investing in this colourway. And in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, I do give the Jordan 1 Satin Snake a solid 9.5 out of 10. This for me is my favourite Jordan 1 colourway of all of 2020. I really like what they did with the colour blocking on the shoe, being able to take elements of the Chicago colourway and add new elements to help this shoe stand out for its own merit. I think they've done a fantastic job with the shoe itself. I didn't find any QC problems, and I do feel that this shoe is only going to become even more desirable in the future. I'm actually really sad to see it go and not stay in my collection, but I do hope that it does go to a good home. I'm a massive fan of the shoe, and I think Jordan Brand have took this shoe to another level. So now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the shoe itself. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one.